I leveled all this somewhat and spread out the compost. So it's right next to my no-till bed, and then I leveled all this, and I'm gonna put melons and stuff there. I'm gonna put the drip system in first and then go plant everything where the water is. I'm stopping at that system, so I went and took that connection off, and I'm gonna have this on the new system with the melons because I won't have as many emitters, because I cut 4-foot pieces, a bunch of 4-foot pieces, and then I just got to put in these T connections, and then I pre-cut all the lines at my house while I was waiting for somebody to sell something. So I used my time to good advantage and pre-cut them all, so I can just go and put the T's in and connect them all real quick. And then I'm gonna add this one to this next system, so I don't have to adjust the flow on everything after adding that system. So I'll run a line up here, and then I'll put another valve right there on that 4-way. And then I think that's a good place to have it. I'm gonna move the 4-way. I'm probably gonna hook this one up to like this one, and then have another one there running down to this system for the melons. And then the 4-way will be aimed that way, so I can run one that way and have it for corn over here. That way I can just pick up this hose, undo that one connection, and then I can get the cultivator, I can get the tractor in here and get rid of weeds if they're a problem over here without having to deal with anything on the system, which is nice. So yeah, I'm gonna go hook all this in real quick. I got these 10 lines in, 4-foot spacing, one a little farther out there. But I have cantaloupe, honeydew, and watermelon, and I was gonna do as many as would fit. And then I have tons of leftover tomatoes and stuff, and I'll put that out there. And I also wanted to try, I've heard of, I've seen memes for it. I don't even know if it's real, but it's called Three Sisters planting. They say it's Native American way of planting, where they plant corn, squash, and pole beans close together, and then the squash shades the beans and the corn. The corn provides a trellis for the beans. We'll see. I'm gonna test it out and see how it works. So I'm just measuring 4 foot. On that one I started 2 foot and did a mark, and this one I'm gonna do 4 foot, and then I use this little poke tool and poke a hole at 4 feet, and then I just put this emitter in. That one was difficult for some reason. But I'm gonna stagger them so they're 2 foot over there, and then this one I'll start at 4 feet, and then I'll do them every 4 foot so they're staggered, and I'll stagger them all throughout. I'm getting this thing set up. I'm setting the time right now. These are pretty simple. So there's I'm just setting the time, but it starts at 6 a.m. and it's 7 p.m. right now. But I just put a 25 psi reducer on there, and then something to hook to the poly. This hooks into half-inch, will stab in there, and it like stab locks. This one I've already set, but it's on auto, so it'll go and run, and it says next run time. So right now 7:19, and next run time is in 5 hours. So you just set the clock, and then you do your start time, 6 a.m., how long, 10 minutes, how often, every 6 hours. I do that just so it has water all the time, whether I barely planted a few days ago. And then I'll switch it to about 50 minutes to an hour and only water once a day. So that's how you set that up. And I'm gonna put this one right over here, and that way I can put another one over there and run it that way to the corn. That way I don't have any interference over here. So I'm gonna get that set up. I got the system running. I tested it before I've hooked it in, so there's a little bit of water there. But so I have two systems there, and I staggered the time so that they're not running at the same time, or else it'll reduce the pressure. Well, actually it might not, because it's probably 50 plus PSI. They could probably run at the same time because it reduces it down to 25 PSI anyways. So it flows lower, but probably run two at the same time. So I've got all these. Some of them are leaking a lot and some aren't, so I got to go adjust them all and figure out which one's how much they're leaking. Can't talk anymore. Been out in the sun too long. So here's what the whole garden looks like. It's getting big now. So there's the no-till, and then I have just compost on top of the dirt. And then I staggered those ones more. So, and it goes off into there farther than the compost I spread, and I need to go rake it a little more level. It looks pretty bad, but I'm gonna plant it all tomorrow. This stuff's all planted. I still need to plant this last row of, I decided I was gonna do herbs, so cilantro, basil, and some other ones. We'll see what my wife wants.